As of late, I've been getting more and more requests for consultations. It is an honor, of course, but there are only so many hours in a day, so I've created this virtual consultation video. In this video, I will go over 22 common but often hidden causes of chronic disease and what products or protocols you might want to consider. I'm not going to explain in complete detail why I suggest any specific products, as that would push this into an 8-hour video. To learn more about any of the products I suggest, please go to the page for that product at remedylink.com and watch the video about that product. If after watching this virtual consultation and watching the videos about the suggested products, you still have questions, then by all means, order a consultation. So let us begin at birth. Was your birth traumatic? During the birth sequence, the mother is supposed to be filled with the love hormone oxytocin. This passes into the baby, and the baby is born full of love and compassion into a safe and loving environment. There are many ways, however, that could keep the mother from making oxytocin. A long and painful birth, a complicated birth like twins, breech or a forceps delivery, a premature or cesarean birth. Even painkillers can interfere with oxytocin. If oxytocin isn't present during birth, the baby's oxytocin system may not be properly activated, which may result in a person who has a lower degree of empathy, emotional intelligence, and/or feels that the world and/or the people in it are inherently unsafe. It is a kind of post-traumatic stress disorder. To resolve this, it may be helpful to take supplemental oxytocin, even as an adult. Also, if someone has gone through serious trauma, such as war or rape or sexual abuse, it also may be helpful to take oxytocin. If you want to know more about oxytocin supplementation, contact me directly. Question 2. Were you breastfed for at least 6 months? Unlike other animals, humans are not born with a fully myelinated nervous system. Myelin is the insulation around the nerves that protects them. We are meant to finish the myelination process outside of the womb after birth by receiving breast milk, which is high in nervonic acid, the main ingredient that makes up the myelin sheath. If you were not breastfed for at least 6 months, you may want to consider supplementing with nervonic acid. Our Nervidyne product contains nervonic acid. Also, mercury dissolves myelin sheaths, so if you have mercury toxicity, you also may wish to consider our Nervidyne product. Question 3. Have you used Cipro, a similar fluoroquinolone antibiotic, or taken a lot of antibiotics in your life? If you answered yes to any of these, you may have a compromised microbiome. As such, you may want to consider our microbiome protocol, which is Philomet, Pokageshi, and Panaceum. Question 4 is related. Do you need a lot of toilet paper, and/or is your stool pH above 6.6? A healthy animal does not soil itself. A healthy human does not need toilet paper. Also, if your stool pH is above 6.6, it can be a problem. The higher it is, the worse the situation. Anything over 7.3 should be addressed immediately. You can check your stool pH with some 5.5 to 8.0 pH paper. If you need more than one wipe of toilet paper, or if your stool is alkaline, you may wish to consider our microbiome protocol, again, which is Philomet, Pokageshi, and Panaceum. Question 5. Are you eating a fad or repetitive diet? Vegan, vegetarian, one meal a day, carnivore, and repetitive eating the same foods every day. All of these can cause problems. If you've been vegan and/or vegetarian for more than 6 months, consider injecting some methylcobalamin B12. You may have a B12 deficiency, and no oral will not work. Also, in order to understand a proper human diet, consider the works of the Price-Pottinger Foundation. Question number 6. Do you eat a lot of fruit, tuna, spinach, chard, kale, or tofu? There are many foods that are not good for us. Fruit is nature's candy and can imbalance blood sugar levels. Tuna is filled with mercury. Spinach and chard and most kale are full of oxalic acid. Soy damages the thyroid, inhibits protein assimilation, and lowers oxytocin in the brain. Again, consider the Price-Pottinger diet. 7. Do you grind your teeth or have nightmares and/or wake very tired? This can be parasites, allergies, and/or sleep apnea. If you suspect parasites, consider our Zoibin product and our electron charger placed over your abdomen. If you have sleep apnea, meaning you snore or wake unable to breathe, you may have a small airway and/or dust mite allergies. For potential allergies, consider one Tessimet before going to sleep and bedding made to protect you from dust mites. If you think your airway might be an issue, visit sonomed.com, SOMNOMED.com. Question 8. What are your urine and saliva pH values? Morning urine should be 6.5, but certainly no lower than 6.0, and morning saliva should be 6.8. You can check both of these again with pH paper that goes from 5.5 to 8.0. Saliva is tested before brushing your teeth in the morning. Rinse your mouth out with water, then spit out the water, then lightly chew on your tongue for a moment, then test your spit. Urine is a measurement of your acid levels. Saliva is a measurement of your bicarbonate alkaline reserves. A urine pH below 6.0 and a saliva pH below. Urine is a measurement of your acid levels. Saliva is a measurement of your bicarbonate alkaline reserves. Urine pH below 6.0 and/or a saliva pH below 6.7 can mean an acidic body. Consider our bicarbonate protocol. That would be the product bicarbamate. Alkaline saliva can also be caused by an oral, bacterial, or fungal infection that generates ammonia, which would be a false alkaline reading. You may wish to consider brushing your teeth with Allergica. Question 9. Do you have bad teeth? Do you have any root canals or dead teeth? If so, do a search online for the dental meridian chart and see if you have problems associated with the tooth in question. If so, you may need to have that tooth addressed by a biological dentist. Question 10. Have you ever had a serious head injury? If so, consider hyperbaric oxygen from 1.75 to 2 atmospheres with 100% oxygen. 1 hour sessions, 40 sessions should do it. Question 11. Do you spend many hours a day sitting down? If the answer is yes, get a stand-up desk if possible. Question 12 is for men. Do you ejaculate more than 3 times a week? If so, you may be draining your body and injuring your brain. Consider having more restraint. Question number 13 is for women. Are you on hormonal birth control, or do you have a copper IUD? Both of these can cause problems. If you have a copper IUD, go online and look up copper toxicity symptoms. If you think you have copper toxicity, consider metacardium EDTA chelation. Question 14. Does your condition get better when you leave your home? This can be stress, but it can also indicate an allergy to something in your environment. It can be physical like mold or dust mites, or electrical like a Wi-Fi router or smart meter by your bedroom. Question 15. Do you use a gas stove? Gas for cooking has no smell, making dangerous gas leaks hard to notice. As a safety measure, a chemical called mercaptan is added to cooking gas. When mercaptan is burned, it makes a toxin that some people react to. In fact, the divorce rate is much higher in homes that cook with gas versus electric. If you think this is an issue, consider using an electric stove for a month and see if you improve. If you do and you still wish to use a gas stove, you may wish to have a vent that takes the combusted gas and ports it outside of your home. Question 16. Have you been exposed to gadolinium, mercury, or uranium? These include MRI contrast agents, multiple mercury fillings, and a history of drinking well water. If so, you may wish to consider Captamet. Question 17. Do you have a history of smoking, or do you live near a major road or spend a lot of time driving? If so, consider Alvectin. Question 18. Are you sensitive to chemicals? If so, you may wish to consider our Xenoplex suppositories. Question 19. Did you receive the COVID vaccine and/or any boosters? If you think your problem started with a vaccine or booster, watch our Safe and Effective video for more information. Question 20. Find and press on the acupuncture points gallbladder 41 and liver 3. If gallbladder 41 is sensitive, consider our Glytamins product. If liver 3 is sensitive, consider our Xenoplex product. Question 22. Do you have any blood chemistry tests? Question 22. Do you have any blood chemistry tests? Specifically, is your CO2 above 28 or below 26? If it is above 28, consider Alvectin. If it is below 26, consider bicarbamate. Is your BUN creatinine ratio over 20? If so, consider metacardium. This is not a complete list. Rather, it is the 22 most common issues I find that limit people's health. Now that you've watched this video, if you would still like a consultation, please order one. Take care.